looked up at the CCTV camera above his head. Frozen, lifeless on its gimbal mount. Still out of action, just the way Warren liked it. Mickey quickly slipped into a doorway and squatted down, affecting to fiddle with a bootlace. Peeped round the corner, looking down the pavement. The club opposite Warren Margetson's pitch would still be 9/10 empty. Its drinks too expensive while the pubs were open. But Warren was already on duty, as any good dealer would be. A professional of a sort, Warren. And there were more than one sort of client in his line of business. Some of them dabbling, some of them hardened recreational users, some of them functioning addicts, and some just victims. Like Katie. Mickey got back to his feet and turned away. He walked casually down Jervis Road for 100 yards, then turned left into Nelson Road. Still strolling, in no rush. The street empty, other than for a single passing car. Flickering screens behind lace curtains told their story. People settling down to a night of delivered takeaway and on-demand. No one to see a black-clad figure pause for a moment at the top of the alley that led back to the high road. He ducked into the shadows, immediately lost in the darkness. The streetlights didn't illuminate the cut-through. Never had. His heart rate was elevated, he reckoned, but nothing drastic, just a touch of nerves. On with the balaclava, silk smooth, his face freshly shaved to avoid stubble drag. Then the gloves. Black latex, thick enough to be durable, but still with enough feel for the trigger. And out with the weapon, untouched by his skin at any time since he'd picked it up. A Ruger 22 automatic. Black metal, boxy framed, but small enough to be hidden in a hand. Its protruding muzzle screw-threaded. Ugly, but functional. The suppressor glided down onto the threads with a well-oiled absence of any sound, as recommended by Martin, which, given his expertise, was good enough for Mickey. It's not what you might have imagined, I get that, but you'll thank me when you're doing the job, I promise you that. Fires 22 subsonic ammunition, as quiet as a nun's fart. All you have to do is put a round into his head from a foot away, right? Physics will do the rest. He frowned at his old schoolmate, looking hard at the small automatic nestled in its foam-lined case. A 24-hour loan to Martin from a fellow dealer. The intra-library loan of the illegal gun trade, picked up on his way home from Lambeth Road that afternoon. Physics? Isn't it all physics? Martin had shaken his head, grinning like the conscience-less fixer that life had made him. Life, and of course, his Auntie Steph. This is special physics, Mickey, my son. And, I should add, physics with a proven track record. This pistol's already done 3 jobs and never yet been identified. Because when you put one of these, holding up the tiny bullet, into a bloke's head from a foot away, it doesn't have the power to break out the other side. Not enough energy. But it will keep moving, and so it goes round and round and round, turning his brain into soup, until it stops. Battered out of all recognition, just a lump of metal that can be sussed for a 22 all right, but without barrel striations. He'd known what those were, of course, but allowed his friend to keep talking. No barrel fingerprint in simple terms, so no one will ever link the hit to the pistol, or the pistol to the bloke I got it from, or him to me, which is a good thing, because he'd give me up in a heartbeat to get a TIC and a few years off his sentence, right? And I'd be talking on the way to the nick, if they would have picked me up for it. And then where would you be? He checked that the suppressor's short tube was firmly attached, pulled the slide back against the spring, feeling the tension inside the weapon, released it to snap forward and chamber the first round in the stubby magazine, and then stopped for a moment to think, remembering his school friend's last question. But are you sure you want to do this?